Peace, love, and light. Welcome to the channel. I am Child of Oshun. I'm here today to look at the natal chart of Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. The two of them have been in the media trending this week. I believe they've been in court for 6 days now to address the allegations of abuse that have come up between the two of them. And, their divorce, and I believe they are both asking for an astronomical amount of money in the divorce settlement as it relates to the physical and verbal abuse that they both experienced against each other. So I wanted to look at the charts to see exactly what was happening, why they have been brought into each other's lives, and why these events are playing out so publicly. Obviously, both of them are famous figures. They're actors, actress. But more so, I wanted to see what was happening in their charts in terms of their relationships and why the universe has brought the two of them together in this conflict, right? So one of the things I listened to Johnny describe when I watched the court proceedings was the fact that he met Miss Heard when she was in her late 20s, and he is 23 years her senior, so he's older than her. And right now, I believe he's close to 59 years old. So he is going through his Saturn return. And in astrology, we talk about Saturn as it relates to karma and time. We also refer to Saturn as the devil. Now, when I say devil, I don't mean horns and a pitchfork. I mean devil as in the energy that comes in to delay, to create obstacles, to teach you a lesson, to bring your karma to you, to fix it and address it, karma from past lives. This is what I'm talking about when I'm referring to Saturn. Okay, so let's look at, first let's talk about Johnny, who he is. So he's a very famous actor. I enjoy his work, his movies. In his younger years, early in his career, he was a musician, and that also comes up in his chart as well. You'll see that he has some musical talent. He is a Gemini sun, which means his communication is on point. He's very good at communicating. And I believe his Mercury is conjunct Venus, which makes him have a certain aptitude towards music and writing. So early in his career, he also was acting. Some of you may know, if you're old enough, you may have known him from 21 Jump Street, which was a TV series. He's famous for his roles as Edward Scissorhands, all the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, Sleepy Hollow, things like that. He was also connected to Winona Ryder. He had a relationship with her. And some of that also comes up in his chart as well, okay? So Ms. Heard, I've seen her list of accolades and her career. I'm only familiar with her because of Aquaman. And she is a Taurus sun. She's actually on the cusp. So her birthday is April 22nd. So she is a Gemini Taurus. And anyone who is born on the cusp is coming with both of those energies, the Gemini and the Taurus, okay? So let's take a look at, let me move this down. So here we see Johnny. This is him from the 21 Jump Street days in his early career. And here we have the two of them together. Beautiful couple. I will say that I do not have the birth time for Amber Heard, but in looking at the chart, they both have Leo on the ascendant. So these are attractive people, obviously. And even without the birth time, the position of the planets within the houses and within the zodiac signs will still appear somewhat accurate because we do have the birth date. Okay, so I'll get into that a little bit later. So here is the chart for Johnny Depp. And we see him born on June 9th, 1963, 8:44 a.m. in Owensboro, Kentucky. Okay. And I'm going to move forward here. Now, one of the things that's come up in the court proceedings is Johnny has spoken very candidly about his mother, his childhood, his upbringing, and the abuse that he received from his father. He spoke a lot about the verbal and physical abuse that came from mom and how his father was kind of the opposite of that. His father was the more calmer, more gentle parent within the home. Okay, so he spoke a lot about, having to endure these abuses when he was growing up in his childhood home. He stated in his own words during the court proceedings that, it almost felt as if his relationship with Amber was being in a relationship with his mother, that she behaved in a lot of the same ways, name calling, degrading, putting him down, things like that. All right, so here is Johnny's chart. We can see here, now we can look at the Venus position, which is at the top. There's a symbol for Venus and it's falling in the 10th house. Remember I said it's conjunct Mercury. So, but he also has Venus squaring Mars, which is down here. Okay, so conflict with his partner is inevitable. Now, remember I said there's a 23-year age difference, and I believe that she is a part of his Saturn return. She has come in as Saturn, and the court proceedings are a culmination of this Saturn cycle. Johnny is a Gemini with a Capricorn moon. He also has several karmic numbers and Scorpio aspects. Now, when I say karmic, I'm referring to that 13. And you'll see it appear at least 3 times here within the chart. This is the signature for abuse. Okay. He has Venus conjunct Mercury, which makes him introspective. He reflects. He's a thinker. He has Venus and Taurus in the 10th house. So he meets his partners at work, on the movie sets, right? Same thing that happened with Winona Ryder. But he has a Venus in 26 degrees, which is a Scorpio degree. 2 + 6 is 8. So the partner is beautiful, but they have a dark side, much like we saw Winona Ryder play these dark roles in these movies. So he's attracted to the same type of woman, a woman who's beautiful, but she has a dark, mysterious side, right? Okay, let's move on. So here he is in Sleepy Hollow. All right, now here's his aspects in the chart. I was really concerned about what was going on with his Venus, the Saturn, the Mercury, because I was looking at the relationship. Now he has Jupiter, 13 degrees in the 9th house. This means that he's attracting the same soul group. He's attracting other people who have experienced abuse, whether they be his love relationships, his friends, his, colleagues or whoever. It's the same soul group. Here they are again. I'm going to go back to the chart here. So he has Saturn in the house of marriage. The 7th house is the house of marriage, and he's got Saturn there. Okay. It's also at 23 degrees. 2 + 3 is 5. 5 is a degree of conflict. So it's inevitable that he has some type of conflict within his marriage. With Saturn in Aquarius, his partner comes in to teach him some type of lesson, right? I'm going to talk about that a little bit later, but make no mistake, the universe does not send people into our lives for no reason. You know, everyone comes in to teach us a lesson, karma, soulmate, twin flame, whatever it may be, okay? Johnny has the moon in Capricorn at 13 degrees. You see it down here. This is also a Scorpio degree. He admitted that his mother was extreme and controlling. The sixth house rules health. Remember, this is Capricorn here. Capricorn is also represented by Saturn and the devil. The sixth house rules the body. So here we see the signature of abuse from mother and how the abuse is afflicting his body. He admits to taking prescription pills and, you know, being a bit of a drinker, and he's using that as a form of escapism, possibly to numb some type of childhood experiences or the experience of having to deal with his mother. When we look at birth charts, anything in astrology, the role of the fourth house and the role of the parents, mother and father, are very important because they set the tone and the foundation for what that person will experience in their life, right? And even if we were not into astrology and looking at birth charts, we know that to be true. As an educator, I can tell you that the success of children comes from the influence of the parents or any adults that are in their lives, right? So here, Johnny has Scorpio in the fourth house. You'll see it here at the bottom. Fourth house is the foundation, what I just spoke about. The home life is dark and brooding. There are extremes. Again, 13 degrees, abuse in the home. Lilith is also here. That's the symbol there. So he's destined to receive abuse from a woman. I'm stating now, I'm not ready to believe that Johnny Depp has physically abused Amber Heard. I could see maybe him being pushed to the point of verbal abuse in response to whatever argument they were in. But because I'm looking at his chart, I feel more so that he has been on the receiving end because the chart is showing me that he was meant to experience this, you know, based on these degrees. I'm not saying he deserves it in any way, shape, or form. I'm saying it's in the chart. So the evidence is here that he will attract abuse. Johnny has Neptune in Scorpio. Neptune also rules drugs and escapism. So here we see, you know, he's turned to the drugs and alcohol to escape or to forget the childhood of the fourth house. He has Virgo in the second house and Pluto. This means he can be versatile in his acting roles. Second house is here. So now in his acting roles, he makes his money. We've seen it in roles that are dark and brooding, very Scorpio nature. His acting career is the source of his self-esteem and his self-worth. It's falling in the second house. So even when things are not going right in his personal life, his career is successful. He gets love from his fans. Okay. He has Mars in Virgo, which makes him a restless and hard worker. Okay. He has Venus squaring Uranus. So there's the Venus, there's the Uranus over here. He has a need for connection and intimacy to his partner, but his partner seems to want to be alone. So here we have, again, more conflict with the partner. The partner is too self-involved to be loving and present and caring all the time, okay? Now, let's go back. He has Venus in the 10th house, so he will identify with his partner's ambitions, giving support and encouragement. So I could see here how the relationship could be a little one-sided, where he's the one who's supportive. Remember, he's also older, so he may be kind of nurturing her or trying to help her in her career, and she may be giving opposition to that. Like she doesn't want anyone to tell her what to do or how to do it, you know. I could see that kind of energy going on here. So let's move forward. There he is again. These are his aspects. Now, here's the two of them in court today. And this is Amber Heard's chart. Now, again, we don't have the exact time, but what I can tell you is that when I put in 12 noon to calculate her chart on the website, the zodiac signs fell into the exact same houses as Johnny Depp's. So even though they were born 23 years apart, the zodiac signs are falling in the same houses for the two of them. Okay, so and remember what I said, even though we don't have the exact time, the planets are still going to look the same, you know. Here, now she is a Aries Taurus. She's on the cusp. She has Neptune and Capricorn at the 5th degree in the 6th house. So that's over here. Remember that 5 is conflict, always. Okay. She has a low tolerance for anything that is not logical and not based in reality. And the 6th house rules health. So this is not a woman who will go to a holistic doctor or a shaman or a spiritual healer. She doesn't believe in those types of things. She would choose like a straight-laced Harvard doctor for any of the health issues, you know, including, you know, encouraging Depp to stick to that route as well. She's someone who respects scientific proof and not the spiritual. The Mars in Capricorn makes her ambitious and even willing to sacrifice people and partners to gain success. Okay. Now, her birth date is April 22nd, 1986. We can reduce that in numerology, which gives us the number 5. Again, more conflict. This is fire energy, and it's also cardinal. This means that she can be angry, aggressive, bossy. She likes things her way, controlling, cardinal. Now, even though she is a Taurus, her sun sign is at 2 degrees, which means she's not an elevated Taurus. She hasn't been around in the reincarnation multiple times and multiple lifetimes. She's still a very young, she's a youngin', she's a young Taurus. So she's still got a lot to learn. She doesn't come with a lot of experience from her past lives. This also makes her immature and unreasonable. Remember, in the zodiac, Taurus comes in representing the time frame or age of, you know, school year age, like before we get to become a teenager. So even Johnny Depp has said that her behavior is very high school, you know, very immature and unreasonable. She has the moon in Libra, 7 degrees in the 3rd house. She is capable of saying one thing and then changing her mind and saying something else, or saying something and then forgetting that she said it and then changing her mind to suit the situation, you know, even like some gaslighting. All her major planets are retrograde, and that's Pluto, Uranus, Neptune, and Saturn, all retrograde. You can see them over here. This means she'll get karma and a lot of life lessons early in her life while she's still young. Her karma will lift when she gets older. And this is why she's going through this with Johnny right now in her late 20s, 30s. She met him in her 20s. She has Pluto in the 4th house of Scorpio. So her childhood life, her home life was not conventional. Despite what she may say or what she may claim, the chart is showing me there is some type of conflict in the home, possibly with her father. The Saturn in the 5th house means her father is domineering. She may have rebelled. And in this case, I'm going to say, I think that she treats Johnny Depp the way that she wishes she could treat her father, or the way she would want to treat other men. She's castrating. She has no aspects to the 7th house. This is the house of marriage. So I think she's best left alone to be single. Her 7th house is also in Aquarius, which means she needs freedom to experience and travel. She has Mercury in Aries, so her speech and communication is aggressive. It's direct, it's blunt. She has Mercury squaring Mars, so she's not a nice person. Like, she doesn't know how to talk to people. And even one of the witnesses stated he tried to say some kind words to her on the plane. And she was like, why are you talking to me? Like, get away from me, you know? So you have, and I could see, like, you have someone who's pretty and they're blonde and you think they're going to be pleasant and sweet. And then she opens her mouth and she tears you a new one, right? She has Mercury squaring Neptune and Mercury opposing the moon. Remember, Mercury rules communication. So here, there's a lot of conflict surrounding communication. If something doesn't make sense to her, she gets angry. Her Venus falls in the 10th house. So development of work relationships will help her career. Emotional connections will be to work and not the partner. Her Venus is squaring Saturn. So she has issues with her father, issues with her husband. Her Venus is squaring Mars. There's conflict with the partner. There's a conflict between the feminine and the masculine energies that are at play here. These energies are at odds. So my conclusion here is that Miss Heard is here to teach Johnny Depp to value himself. She comes in to degrade or castrate or emasculate whatever has transpired between their relationship. Only the two of them really know what really happened in terms of the physical or the verbal abuse. But what I'm seeing here in the charts is that as a Taurus, she has come in to teach Johnny to not doubt himself, to not let anyone make him second guess or question the level of expertise he has achieved as an actor, the status that he has. I mean, he speaks very much about how she has tried to debase him. And now he has to stand up for himself. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing here. These two are karma mates and they are soulmates. And when I speak about soulmates, I always tell people soulmate does not necessarily mean this person is going to give you all this love and they're going to be your husband, your wife. Soulmate means that you have a soul contract with this person from past lives. And that's what's playing out here. Okay, so that's my interpretation of the charts. Let me know what you think, leave some comments, and we will continue watching the proceedings as they go on. But now at least we have some understanding of how the universe and the planets and the gods are playing out in these two lives, okay? Take care, stay well, stay blessed, guys. I'll see you later.